So your child comes home showing signs of a common cold. That's no big deal, right? You make sure they got plenty of medicine, make sure they get plenty of rest. They'll be on their way.
At least you hope. Those cold-like symptoms may turn into something much more serious. Well, it has in California. Doctors have discovered a rare illness that's very similar to polio in as many as 20 children there over 18 months. Now, the illness is causing some children to become paralyzed. It happened to 4-year-old Sophia Jarvis. She was hospitalized for what doctors thought was asthma 2 years ago. Then, Sophia's parents say she got sicker. Eventually, Sophia lost movement in her left arm.
We had very healthy boys that are very healthy, and Sophia was healthy until that point. We did not realize what we were in store for.
Sophia has not regained movement in her left arm. In fact, the other children suffering from this rare disease have not recovered the use of their limbs either. Doctors are still trying to pinpoint what this disease is and learn more about it. But they say the first symptoms are similar to the common cold.
What they do know for sure, they are certain, however, that it is not polio. Now, medical experts say that of all the children who have the illness, all were vaccinated against polio, and they've tested negative for it. So the question now is, what do you as a parent need to know about this? Well, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention tell Delmarva Life they do not believe the situation in California poses a public health threat. The CDC described the illness as acute flaccid paralysis and says the number of cases being investigated in California falls well within the expected rate. However, if you're concerned, the CDC encourages you to speak with your child's pediatrician. Now, everywhere you turn, it seems like there's something to worry about when it comes to the health of our kids, or for that matter, even our health.
Yeah, and that's especially true when there's no cure for a certain disease or disorder. Cerebral palsy is another one of those disorders. Patients are often told there's nothing that can be done to help them. Cerebral palsy affects a person's movement, balance, and posture. But one doctor wants to change that, and she's using her own experiences to help others.
Jan Brunstrom has had to overcome obstacles her whole life. She has cerebral palsy.
You grow up walking funny and having people always stare at you and always being judged first by how you look instead of what you know or what you can do.
But Jan didn't let the disorder hold her back. She became a doctor and now runs the most comprehensive and one of the largest cerebral palsy centers for children in the country.
They are worth fighting for, and they are worth finding answers to help them.
13-year-old Simon Detmer is one of Dr. Brunstrom's patients. His mom says she offers a unique perspective.
There's no doubt that it does help her to empathize with the kids. And I love the fact that she has a very high expectation for him.
Cerebral palsy is the most common motor disability in kids. About 1 in every 323 children in the U.S. has it. Dr. Brunstrom stresses the importance of physical fitness with her patients. She has them perform sports and strength training exercises, but also informs them about the latest medical therapies.
My goal is to see a cure for CP.
Simon would like that too.
Everything would just be different. My daily things, carrying things, everything.
And while Dr. Brunstrom has helped many of her patients improve, she says they've also helped her.
It was the kids that really, and their parents, that taught me that I'm okay the way that I am. I would not be the same person I am if it weren't for all these kids.
A doctor who knows the challenges her patients face and wants to help them every step of the way.
Push really hard.
Not only does Jan keep busy with her patients, she also stays active in cycling, dancing, swimming, martial arts, and other sports. Incredible.
Not limited by much of anything, is she?
Not at all.
Wow.
Incredible doctor for those children. Now, it can be tough sending your child off to school and putting them into the hands of others. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, we'll tell you about a school that offers what public schools cannot, a traditional Christian education, and what that means and why sending your child there may not cost as much as you think.
Well, of course, you can't send the kids off to school on an empty stomach, so a little later on Delmarva Life, we're mixing several simple flavors to make one tasty dish. Andy's Place is here to show us how to make their classic spinach pie. But first, we've been talking about health. Could your home be making you sick? Dr. Oz helps us make sure that it doesn't.
Is your home a dangerous breathing zone? Here's some simple things you can do to improve the air quality under your roof. First, install a home air filter to remove harmful allergens. Clean or change it on a regular basis so it works properly. The same goes for the humidifier. Unless you clean it out often, mold and fungi will grow. You can decorate with houseplants like philodendrons and spider plants. They increase oxygen and remove pollutants. And replace the pillows often. The average mite-infested pillow builds up to 2 pounds of feces over 2 years. These are dangerous for your lungs, especially if you have allergies or asthma. Lastly, open the windows to let toxins out and to let fresh air in. It can actually make you and your family younger. Now that's a breath of fresh air.